Over in the pages of DC Comics, the publisher is currently ensnared in the 2-month Night Terror storyline, where DC villain Insomnia has plunged the universe into a deep slumber while he searches for the Nightmare Stone in the dreams of various characters. Over in the debut for Night Terrors, we got to see Deadman help out Batman by possessing him while he fell asleep in order to team up with a mysterious DC detective known as Sandman in order to stop Insomnia's vicious plan. My name is Araco Braddock, and today, let's go ahead and see how close Deadman and Sandman are able to get to the mysterious Insomnia in Night Terrors 2. But before we get deeper into the video, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. Oh dang, I gotta do another one of these this month? Batman and I are joined by Wesley Dodds, the Sandman. What the heck? I thought I was the only dead person allowed in this story. I guess not. We uncover one of Wesley's oldest cases which haunted him until the day he died, and it points us in the direction of the Nightmare Stone. But Insomnia has unleashed his own army to hunt us down, the Sleepless Knights. And this issue is their first appearance, kids. Get scared. Want to introduce our creative team. Night Terrors 2 is written by Joshua Williamson, featuring art from Giuseppe Camuncoli, Stefano, Nesi, and Caspar Wijngaard. The colors for the issue are illustrated by Frank Martin and Caspar Wijngaard as well. We have letters by Troy Peteri and a cover for the issue coming in from Ivan Reis, Danny Miki, and Brad Anderson. Here's a look over at their cover for Night Terrors 2. I love the composition of this cover with Sandman, Deadman, and Batman looking like they're going to explore something really gothic. And I think it's just a great way to introduce some of the themes of the story through the visuals alone here. I want to extend a thank you to Adventures in Poor Taste. And let's go ahead and dive into some of the artwork over in the storyline. So once again, Night Terrors 2 features 3 artists over with Giuseppe Camuncoli, Stefano, Nesi, and Caspar Wijngaard. Love this opening sequence here featuring actually beautiful art in the context of Night Terrors as we open on Boston Brand, reintroducing some of the ideas of Night Terrors and establishing his origin again. We've seen this countless times over in Night Terrors issues, but I do think that Boston Brand really gives a great sense of personality over in the series, and the art definitely takes his expression seriously as well. I love the kind of really dark backgrounds across some of these panels as well throughout the storyline, and how immediately we switch over to Giuseppe Camuncoli over on the next page of the issue. I think that Night Terrors 2 really utilizes their different artists well across the different sequences throughout the story. Also, I love Camuncoli's really expressionistic line throughout the story, capturing some really candid looks over for the Deadman possessed Batman, as well as some really great sequences with the Sandman. I think this is kind of mostly, once again, a talking head issue, so it's really important for these artists to tell stories in really visceral and dynamic ways, and I think both Wijngaard, Nesi, and Camuncoli do a great job adapting to the really dark and morose material over in Night Terrors. I was really struck by some of the final pages of the issue, introducing the mysterious Sleepless Knights into the storyline. I thought the way that the art kind of adjusted over for that sequence was really enthralling here over in the story. And I thought the way that Insomnia was realized over in this tale was also pretty horrific from a visual standpoint. Watching him react to his environment was just thrilling throughout the tale and definitely inspired some intriguing emotion from the darker parts of this series as a whole. Now, in terms of Joshua Williams' script over on Night Terrors 2, this was just a fantastic follow-up issue here. Getting the chance to see Deadman and Sandman kind of come together as heroes in order to stop Insomnia was just a thrilling introduction to the title. And also, I think Joshua Williamson does a great job reintroducing these characters too. So if you maybe haven't picked up the first issue of Night Terrors and are worried you're going to be lost, I actually think you can pick up on this one just fine, as the characters kind of re-explain themselves, re-explain some of their relationships to each other and their relation to the DC universe. Elsewhere here, learning about some of the mysterious origins of Insomnia really fleshed out the book in a nice way for me. I thought, frankly, they'd be done after some of the exploration of his origin in last issue. But some of the follow up here, I think, added more mystery and intrigue in terms of that character. Learning a little bit about the mysterious Nightmare Stone also added some great context over to this storyline as well. And I love how the book shifts directly into some of the most horrific material in the final pages as well. There's also a few great DC cameos outside of some of the characters we mentioned in the series. Definitely don't want to give them away. One last point here is the way that Insomnia reacts to some of the elements of Dark Crisis also help give both Night Terrors and Dark Crisis a decided point in the DC universe. These are both kind of big stories that have elements of horror in them. So I love that Joshua Williamson is kind of finding a place to slot them very clearly within the context of DC continuity here. So at the end of the day, I think Night Terrors 2 is a fantastic issue featuring so many great artistic sequences and a really carefully edited and plotted script. Over in the tail, this book switches between the three artists in a great way, making sure to keep readers immersed over in the story. I love the fact that this delves into some of the deepest aspects of the DC universe and features a bunch of great cameos. I want to know from you. Are you still enjoying the main Night Terrors storyline? What are your thoughts over on the debut of the Sleepless Knights? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to check out our review of Night Terrors 2, and we'll be back to cover several DC comics and Night Terrors in the future. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.